Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. So just to let you know before we start the episode here, we are giving away 2 tickets to Ryan Bingham this Wednesday night at the Roadrunner in Boston. I don't know why I just said it all like that. Go to our social media on our Instagram. We're giving away like, comment, share, do all the things, and we'll see you Wednesday night. Roadrunner, Ryan Bingham, and the Texas Gentleman. Can't wait. Cheers.
And now, after years of planning, sweating, and going broke, here is the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
And it left the media.
Why they would give this man a podcast is anyone's guess.
Then there is what could only be a bizarre coincidence or something else.
Welcome to the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, sir.
Country music and fine moonshine. Finally, a podcast that lets it all hang out.
Let's level with America.
Got your boots? Ready for some whiskey?
These boots are made for walking.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
And now, the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the show. This is like 271 of the show. Holy shit. We have Diamond Dixie here. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I've been saying Diamond Rio for these sisters, I think since I got the email about them. And it's not because I don't care. It's not because I didn't know their name. But it was just like, you hear Diamond, you think Diamond Rio, right? Diamond Dixie, I think flows a lot better. But in my brain, somebody had asked me, who you got coming on the podcast this week? And I said Diamond Rio, and I'm like, no, that's not right. It's not right. I'm probably talking out of turn. Diamond Rio is a great band, but I think I had a better time talking to them than I would have them. I had a better time talking to these girls than I probably would have with Diamond Rio, just because of who I am. We talk a lot of shit here, not like bad shit. We just talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about our social media woes, which was wild a few weeks back. So if you're watching this, go check us out on our new Instagram, Boots Whiskey Podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am running on like hours of sleep. Okay, it is Saturday as I'm recording this. We are in the midst of show 3 of 3 in the last 3 days as I'm doing all these recordings and getting these out for Monday. So I tired. And I appreciate you being here. So I'm not going to go on and ramble like I've done all morning already. Thank you for being here. If it's your first time here, the show is unlike any other show you've ever listened to whatever, any podcast you've ever heard. So sit tight, enjoy, and I give to you Diamond Dixie. Cheers. Yeah. So, all right. So this is, I'll give you a little backstory. So like I told you, everything got hacked. Everything's gone, right? We have to rebuild from the ground up. Like our TikTok is still there. Our YouTube is still there. Like, cool. But everything like Facebook related, Meta related,
right?
Gone,
yeah,
just gone. Like, I had gotten an email that was like, hey, if you want to do some of these business things with your account, like you're eligible. So
right.
I clicked on it and apparently it wasn't real.
We just recently got an email like that too, and I was even thinking like, this seems a little fishy. And I looked at the like email that it came from, and it wasn't like an official like Meta email.
It's
so
like
like,
Gmail or something.
Mine, it looked like it was, and then I did everything on my laptop,
Really?
and then but my Facebook account for Boots and Whiskey is still there. But like if you go to it, like whoever hacked into it started putting like retro 90s shit into it, which.
Wow.
Like for me and my age, like it was pretty cool, but like not what I needed at all. So yeah, so we're doing all that, and like I was verified. I had everything. Like I had some of the biggest names in the industry following us, and like I had to refollow you guys, and like it's been a whole.
Oh my gosh!
It's been a whole fucking thing.
Oh my gosh. We can definitely send you our Instagram guy.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
there was, I forget what happened. I think
my account like got deleted, like my personal Instagram, and I was like freaking out. I was locked out of it, couldn't get in. Similar situation. My content was like all still there. But anyways, he was able to like get the account back, and like he called me like a few days later and he was like, "Hey, just give me a password," because like he's typing it in right now, like give me a password right now. So I changed my password, and then he's like, "All right, your account's back." And I'm like, okay, that's crazy. He's kind of expensive, so I don't know, but I was desperate to get my account back.
Yeah.
But I'll at least get you in contact with him so that
because
you can
even
chat
like
with him about it.
So how it started was like because my business Instagram was linked to my personal account.
Yeah.
So my personal account's gone. Everything. Like, you know, I've been on Facebook now since 2005.
Yeah.
So it's like all of those years of memories, pictures of my kids, like gone.
Oh
gone.
no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We'll definitely send you this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So my my last 24 hours or so has been like just a fucking mess. But yeah, you know what? But it's also one of those things where it's happened, and like a part of me, like in the last 24 hours, I'm like, do I even bother? Like, do I even like? I've worked the last 5 years doing this, and now it's all gone just like that. Like, do I have the energy to rebuild all that?
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, you got to.
Yeah. That's
You
true.
know? So,
Oh my gosh.
but
That's
but this is
crazy.
about you guys. You know.
Sure, we're happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. You know, it's one of those things where obviously you can tell we don't take anything very seriously, right?
Yeah.
But like we have fun doing it. So, you know, that's kind of how we do it. Like I love like your PR team was like, here's some talking points. Still in my inbox, haven't read those. No idea. But I do that on purpose, right? Because like I want to know you guys as artists, as individuals, as people.
Yeah.
Like I've heard your songs. I love what you're doing. Like all that. That's great. Wonderful.
Thanks.
But you could go on any podcast and talk about your music. Right?
Yeah,
that's
true.
I want to know who you guys are and how you got to be where you are now. Like, there's a backstory there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So let's hear the backstory. I know you're sisters. I know you spend a lot of time together.
Oh yeah.
What's the secret to not wanting to kill each other every day?
I feel like the music itself has kept us so close because we started music when we were like, well, our dad taught us to play guitar when I was like in 4th grade and you were 2nd grade. Whatever the ages are in those grades, like 8 and 10 or something like that. And I went on stage at the 4th grade talent show with my dad and we played a song together, and I got off stage. I was like, this is awesome. This is what I want to do. So that was my one and only, like, if you want to call that a performance, it was just a talent show, without Bianca. And then she has done every show.
I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that too.
She's like, I want to do that too. So I feel like because we started music so young, and like our mom, she's the type of mom to just like throw you into the fire. Like, oh great, my kids are in music. They have a show this weekend. They have a show next weekend. Like, you know, you guys are booked now.
Right.
So because we were so busy at such a young age, like we really couldn't afford to like fight or get in arguments. I mean, of course we do get disagreements, but our disagreements are more like,
I just like
bickering. There's dishes in the sink. I wonder who's gonna clean those.
So you guys live together too?
What?
You guys live together too?
We do live together, yeah.
Holy shit.
So backstory. Okay, here's backstory.
Let's hear
it. We always shared a room, like growing up and like back in Orlando, we always shared a room. Yeah. And so I think that also kept us close too, because we're just like always together. And we have a younger brother, and I actually was just talking to him the other day, and he's like, yeah, I would kind of get like a little jealous that like you guys are always just hanging out, like because you shared a room together. And then he was just in the other room, just like, oh, I hear them talking, and I'm just like by myself. Yeah, so we always shared a room, and never moved. Like grew up in the same house, and then by the time we decided to move to Nashville, about like 4.5 years ago, we moved to Nashville together. So now we share a house together. So we're like, we've always been together, and like Gabriella said, like. It's one of those things where like, yes, we are so close as it is, but like we also just can't afford to fight because it's like
where are you gonna go?
It would be a huge deal.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. You know, like I don't have siblings, right? Thank God, because I think I would probably kill one of them, if not all of them.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's
let me
funny.
ask you this, right? Growing up in Orlando, now were you in Orlando like proper, or were you like outside of Orlando and say you're from Orlando?
It was technically like our address was Orlando, but I think
Okay.
we're on the east side of Orlando.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in between like downtown Orlando and like the beach. So
Okay.
we kind of had like kind of best of both worlds, and we like spent a lot of time out at the beach and everything. And like when we were really young kids, we would go to Disney and everything, but we outgrew that super quick.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Well,
You don't
here's
outgrow
the
Disney.
thing. I'll rephrase for you. Our dad grew the whole line thing.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, I've had enough of this. We've done it twice. You're good. We don't need to do this again.
All right. So that was going to be my question. How do you come from that area and not get sucked into that Disney Universal life and like work for them?
Yeah,
That's true.
honestly, as we started growing up, we're like, honestly, Universal's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like we started gravitating more towards Universal than Disney. And like in terms of like music, there was a time where
Disney was like holding auditions or something for like the parks where I don't know.
Think to play at the restaurants that are like in the parks.
Yeah,
it
was something like that. So we auditioned, but they're looking for something so specific and like very like almost like musical theater vibes.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you're a country artist, they're kind of looking for that like musical theater edge within your country realm, and it's like, well, we play dive bars. Like I don't know if we're really your thing that you're looking for, but yeah. So we've tried it, but we're like, oh, we get it. This is not.
They're looking for something like very specific, and it's like, I don't think that's us.
Yeah.
So before that whole first gig with Dad and stuff, did you have any musical anything prior to that, or was it just hey, jump up on stage and let's see what the hell happened?
It was one of those things where like our dad always played guitar like throughout his life and everything, and our mom doesn't really have a musical bone in her body. She likes to sing, but
she's not good at it, but I give her credit. She likes
to try. But anyways, like growing up, our dad would always, be playing guitar, and like he always told us like he would fall asleep trying to read us like bedtime stories, so he would just play guitar for us. And so we kind of always grew up with like him playing guitar around us and everything. So of course that like piqued curiosity, and we wanted to learn guitar. So it was like right about the time, like I guess like a year prior. Like
is when we first started learning guitar.
Yeah.
And then, they were holding like these auditions for like the talent show at school. And this was right around the time where Hannah Montana came out on Disney Channel. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I was just like, I could do that. And my mom, I mean, she didn't say anything, but she told me this years later. She's just like, yeah, you said you wanted to sing at the talent show. And I'm like, okay, you're really going to do that? Like, you've never done that ever. So I think like, having like the little guitar that like knowledge that I had, and then with Hannah Montana, I was like, cool, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna do that.
And then Bianca was like, yeah, I'll do it too.
Yeah, I'm the younger sister, so I was like, that's cool. I like that. I'm gonna do that.
So how far apart are you guys? Okay. Now, you guys get together and do this thing so early and so, young, I guess. I mean, I'm guessing you're a lot younger than I am, but like again, we get personal here, right? And we like how has that been with like your personal lives, like as individuals?
Honestly, it's been very like music in our lives just completely makes sense. So and I don't know why it does, if it's because we just always done it or what, but like when we got to high school, we were going to a physical high school, and I was a junior in high school, Bianca was a freshman, and halfway through that school year, we got called to the principal's office, and like we were never the ones to ever get in trouble, so we're like, whoa, why are we getting called here? And they're like, hey, there's a school policy where, what was it? It was like
can't miss more than 10 days of school
in the entire school year, and you guys already surpassed that in the first quarter of the year.
Because we were going like, back and forth to Nashville.
Yeah, going back and forth to Nashville, writing music, recording music, all that stuff. And they're like, we really do support what you guys are doing. Like, that's awesome that you know what you want to do this early in life, but like, this is school policy. So then when that, like, around Christmas time of that year, we're like, okay, well, we want to be singers, so we're just going to leave school. And we became homeschooled, like, did it all online. And then when it came time for college, we're like, okay, well, now if we go to a physical college, then it's kind of like we left high school for nothing. So
Right.
we did the same thing with our, college education, just did it online, got a degree. So I feel like that's just an example of like, music hasn't really like, I mean, I guess it's altered our lives, but not like
but not in a negative way.
Right.
Like,
Oh, no,
us,
yeah.
like, yeah, when we were in school, it's like, I mean, we had friends in school and everything, but we never were a part of like a like big like friend group or anything. So it's like leaving school and we didn't
See
care.
ya.
We're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want to do this instead. So like, let's do that. So it really hasn't like, affected our personal life like in a negative way. It's always been like, just like our like eyes on the prize, and we're just
Sure.
like, keep doing that. So
Yeah. Now,
long
like
story long.
with what you've been able to do and accomplish and all that in the last few years, right? You've opened up for some pretty major artists. I said I didn't read the stuff, but like, I glanced over it. Like, does where you are in your careers and at your ages, like, this is gonna sound real douchey of me, but like, do you feel like it's hard time connecting with people that are in the same realm as you are, like age wise, and with because like it's a different beast and burden, this industry, compared to like doing a 9 to 5.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me, and maybe this is just like the type of person that I am, but I really like seeing people that are just absolutely killing it in whatever their field is. So it could be something that I know nothing about. Like one of our really good friends in town, actually, she's a nurse and she enjoys what she does. And she's like, I'm living my dream. And I'm like, that's awesome. I know nothing about the nurse life, but like, I love that for you. And like, I support you in that. And so I feel that way towards other people because they might feel that way towards me. So I feel like it's a very mutual thing.
Yeah.
That's
and also
fair.
like the way that we view our music is very much like we do that, like we do it because we love it, of course, but it's also like a job for us. So it's like, just like people show up to their 9 to 5, like we show up to this, we have like X amount of tasks to do per day. So we think about it very like logistically like that too. So I guess like in our minds, it's like, I don't know, there's not really like a disconnect in like relatability with other people because it's like, well, just like how you guys have your jobs, this is our job.
That's true.
Like vice
That's
versa,
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's really fair.
Look at it.
Because I always think about it like even though I'm not a performer per se, right? Like I feel like I'm also in that bubble of like,
yeah, just like entertainment.
because like I know I've lost a lot of things. I laugh and it's not funny, but like
Not the Instagram account.
not even that. Like God, we're gonna get personal now, right? Like I know a big part of my divorce was because of this.
Yeah.
Right. And like I just couldn't get my eye off the prize. Right.
Yeah,
like I mean, I don't make any money doing this, but I love doing this. Like this is important to me for whatever reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't even tell you why.
Right.
It just is. There's just it sounds arrogant, but like I know there's a reason why I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's once you have that feeling that like, hey, like you're meant to do that. Because like, same thing with music. It's like it's always just like made sense for us. So it's like,
right.
We just kind of
and it's I don't know if you've come across this, but it's wild what you're willing to forego to chase a dream.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
So are your parents and stuff still in Orlando?
Yeah. They're still in Orlando. They're actually coming up to visit us in like 2 weeks or something like that. So that'd be fun. But yeah, my mom, she is very much like a warm weather girl. Like honestly, she came up here last summer and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cold." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I think you're making that up actually, because it's like 90 degrees.
She was not making it up. She had
she wasn't.
Sweater on.
So the last time I was in Nashville was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago now.
Okay.
And it was the end of September, beginning of October.
Okay.
And it was stifling.
Yeah.
Yeah. The springs and the falls like are so Like, you never know what to expect.
Right.
Like, I literally just walked out of the house, like, this morning, and I was like, why is it kind of chilly? But, like, literally, I was, like, sweating so bad just the other day. And
Yeah,
this is so weird. And same thing with fall. Like, I remember, I think, like, 2 years ago, it was starting to even get, like, closer to Christmas. We're like, oh my gosh, are we going to have, like, a 75-degree Christmas? Like, this is so crazy. But then, of course, like, the next week, then it, like, snowed. And it's
Right.
Yeah, it's wild.
The weather, because I'm in Massachusetts, and the weather here has been crazy over the last probably like 10 years. It's like, you know, it used to be like Labor Day weekend, everything would start to shut down because it was it would start to get cool.
Yeah.
And now you could be open until, you know, for the outdoor stuff, like you can be open till like mid-October, sometimes even Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like another example, like I went to Disney the last week of October last year.
Okay.
And it was awfully hot. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like, it was great for me. Like, I loved it. But it was like, damn, like it's almost November and it's 85 and humid every day.
Yeah.
And it's the humidity that like really gets to you too.
Right.
It's bad in Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I told you a lot of this wasn't going to be about the music. But I guess we should talk a little bit about the music. So what is music-wise, how did you guys decide to just kind of like throw it all out there and say, you know what, we're doing this and we're going to Nashville, we're gonna live there, we're gonna just do it? Like, was there anybody that said, hey, you need to do this, or did you say, hey, we have to do this?
No, so there. Okay, I don't want to explain this. Like our 2020.
I know. I was gonna say pre-COVID, like before the world shut down.
Yeah.
You know, we'd make trips up to Nashville, and we had a few friends in town, and all of them were saying, "You need to move here. You need to move here." And we're like, "Okay." Well, at the time, we had this mentor that was telling us, "You guys actually need to stay in Florida, play as many shows as you can all over Florida,
build our fan base there.
Build up your fan base, get some buzz, and then once you have that, then take that to Nashville." And so we're like, "All right, that's what we're doing." So whenever people would be like, "Move to Nashville," we're like, we're kind of building our fan base.
Like, no, we're good for
we
moving
will,
right now.
but like not right now.
Yeah.
So then COVID hit. Bianca and I kind of hit like a little bit of a burnout, which I don't know if we've ever actually expressed that before. Yeah. But we're like, we're done with this. I never want to pick up a guitar ever again.
And I don't know what like besides the fact that like during COVID all of our shows shut down. And like that's like the main thing that like we love to do is like the entertainment side of things, and, like performing the shows, all that stuff. So like when all those were like done for COVID, we're just like, well, shoot, like what do we do now? And like, I guess just like things that were happening like in our own like personal lives too were just kind of like affecting the like burnout of it all. So we're like, well, I guess this is the perfect time to just be like,
right.
We're done with this. But we had shows booked until the end of that year. So we told our parents, like, we're going to finish out this year. Like, we have commitments and stuff. And then after this year, we're not doing music ever again. But it was weird because we were also coming up to Nashville that same year and literally recording an album.
Because we thought, like, if we are, like, done with music, like, we're at least going to record the songs that we have.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a last, like,
right off into the sunset.
It's so weird saying this. Yeah, I don't think we've ever told anyone this before, except for like just in the family. So
here we are.
Exclusive.
It's amazing what we can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had the plans to, and it was our mom that was like, "You girls need to like record the original music that you have because like if that's like the last thing that I get." Like she was like in tears that we made like this decision because we've been doing it for so long. And so, yeah, then with that, then we had like a few shows that like weren't canceled because I mean, Florida was like super lenient with like COVID. After a few months. So there were still like some show obligations that we had throughout the end of the year. As the months went by and we were playing these shows, we were going up to Nashville, recording this music. It's like we were doing it now, not with like there was like no pressure. Because we were like, oh, we're just playing the show just to play the show, not for anything, not for anyone. We're just doing this because we have to.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think like because there was no more pressure about like having to record the music or having to play the shows. And we never like verbalized this, but like we could both feel it too. Like by the end of that year, we were just like starting to like go the other way and like start to like fall back in love with it again, because now we're playing these shows with no pressure, and we're like, wait, this actually is like what we're supposed to do and everything.
Yeah.
So then we went up to Nashville for my 21st birthday.
Yeah. So it was very much a kind of more like a vacation vibe rather than like a work trip.
Yeah, so we came up to Nashville for my 21st birthday, and it was after, we did the whole trip and everything. We kind of like looked at each other, we're like, I think it's time we moved to Nashville. Like, I think...
Yeah, and it just seemed right.
Yeah, and then that's when we actually like verbalized like, oh, we're both on the same page, where it's like, yeah, we experienced that burnout, but like it was through the process of like still having to do all these like music tasks, like post burnout, like we fell back in love with the music.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
It's so funny how that works. Like, and that's in life in general, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's so true.
There's so many times where it's like you just work your ass off at whatever it is, right? And once it doesn't feel like there's a level of pressure, it's like it makes it like you want to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's
I
so
feel
true.
like if you're meant to do something in life, like that's never gonna go away from you. But I think like we all experience burnout. That's just a very human thing. So I think it is necessary to like, when you feel that, just kind of take a step back and then recollect yourself, no matter how long that takes, and then get back into it again.
Yeah. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've quit this podcast in the last 5 years. Like, especially when I have a day like today where it's like, I talk to you, then I talk to somebody else, and then an hour later I talk to somebody else. Like, it's like, what am I doing? Like, like, but then it's like you start putting all the things together and you see the comments and the reactions and the interaction. And it's like, all right.
That's true. That's very true.
Now, for your music, how, what has made you do the, actually, I'm going to ask you this question, then I have another one. What has made you do the style of music you do? Like the way it all comes together? And two, going back to being in Orlando and Florida, could you have stayed there and kept this a career?
That's a good question.
That is a great question. I'll answer the second one, and then because I know you're thinking of the first one.
So first one, how we got into like, the style that we dig and everything. We grew up on country music and classic rock. So this is so random, but like my dad was like heavy metal dude, like grew up in the 80s, like had an 80s rock band and everything. My mom, she liked disco music, and she also really likes like salsa music too. So they did not like each other's music like when they got married. So their compromise was country music. We grew up listening to, the local country station and everything. Then when my dad would have to run like, run the dad errands to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, he'd, bring us along for like a little, fun afternoon, and he'd just like crank the classic rock station. We're like, oh yeah. And he'd be like, yeah, this is like Led Zeppelin and everything. We're like, oh yeah. So we really, clearly you have a Guns N' Roses shirt on.
They're very influential.
That is not classic rock yet.
That's true. Yeah. That's very true.
But anyways, so growing up with like that classic rock and like country influence, like we always gravitated even towards like the more like rock leaning country music, like Miranda Lambert, just like that Jason Aldean, like that gritty, like, so we definitely gravitated more towards that. And like, of course, like, as we go throughout like our music career and everything, we're always like trying to find like the sound we're going for and everything, but that's definitely the kind of sound that we're like aiming for, I guess. It's not like country rock, but like keep it like modern and like, I don't know, still add some banjo in it and just like kind of put all these like elements together and just like, that's our sound.
Like it's very, I'm going to say this not like badly, but it's very badass girly.
Thank
right?
you. That's
Like,
what we're going for.
well, it is. It's like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like
That's that's the best compliment.
Yeah, that is. I've never heard
like
that before.
like I listen to
love
your
it.
music and I'm like, like I know plenty of girls, especially, right? Like I think it resonates with guys too, right? But like with girls and like your style and your image and your look, it's like that, like, I can dress up if I have to, but I also can kick your ass too.
Tombstone. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Oh my
But like, there's not in this genre, I don't think there's enough of that. Like,
I agree.
You know, like I think you said it perfectly. Like Miranda was probably the last one to do it, and before that was Gretchen, and like there really hasn't, you know. And who was before Gretchen? Tanya Tucker. You know what I mean? Like when you think about a badass, you know, not like, you know, I'm not talking like the Shanias and the Rebas of the world, because that's a different.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I've never really thought of that.
Yeah.
This is the kind of things that keep me up at night. You know, right? But it's like, it's true, because it's like this genre needs a little more. How do I put it? Needs women that aren't afraid to be like, I will literally cut you in your sleep. You know, because it's like, as guys, like as a guy, you know, we're also living in a culture where it's like we've gotten away from, and I mean this in the nicest of ways, being afraid of you guys. You know,
Well, also too, when you think about it, like, and I personally love all forms of country music. I love the pop stuff. I love the rock stuff. I love the bluegrassy stuff. Like, I love all the subgenres of country music. But I feel like, when you really think about it, the whole like Miranda Lambert, like, I'm gonna kill your man type thing. Like, why is that? You would think that would be the super obvious, like, thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Or at least for us, because like we grew up on that.
That's
so we're
true.
like,
yeah.
Exactly. You know, and like, you know, this genre does a really, really bad job with women, I think, for a lot of reasons, right? You know, it's either too poppy, which I get. It's either too nice, right? Like, the women that are at the top of this genre, like, are singing songs about like heartbreak and stuff like that, when it's like, oh, that's nice, wow. But like, when it comes down to it, like, it's not just as simple as these songs, right? It's not just laying in your bed all day crying and hoping that, you know, Tucker Wetmore calls you back, or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. It's like, I've been around the block enough where, like, I know you girls, and I know girls in this industry, where it's like, you want to cut somebody and let them know who you are. Like, sing about that. Like, because I think that's more relatable to men and women, right? Like,
it's the difference.
Obviously, the guys, we can't talk about wanting to kill you very often because it's faux pas, but like, it's okay for you guys to talk about it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, but like, we need more of that. Like, I mean, Carrie had that one song.
Yeah, like Two Black Cadillacs or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one.
I was thinking before he cheats, or after whatever that one was. But like, even that was like, all right, we have a badass song, and then now we're back to Carrie Underwood being the, you know, good little girl. Right. You know, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. It just
no, I totally know what you mean.
Like,
well, it's weird because like Bianca and I, you kind of like, when an album comes out, I'm always looking for the bangers on the album, like the upbeat, the ones I could just like bump up in my car and just like, you know, jam out to it. You are also that way, but you also like the super sad, slow songs.
I can really get into some sad music.
Girl,
she really can.
Same. I get it.
I can appreciate it for sure, but like, that's just not my vibe. So I feel like when it comes to our songwriting process, like, I say this all the time, like, let's try to write a love song, but not your typical like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Like, how can we make it kind of like,
it's like gritty?
Like, we're always thinking that way. Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
So like, whether we're writing about a breakup or like about a love song or whatever, it's like we try to play into that aesthetic that you were like talking about. The just like super like tough, like gritty female vibe.
And you know, because it's like, those love songs are great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Right. 100%. But like as you get older, right? This is gonna make me sound like get off my lawn, but like as you get older and you've gone through a couple of heartbreaks and fall back in love again, like it's not that like butterflies and like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you. It's that comfort, it's that peace.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, that doesn't get portrayed in music at all. But
that's true.
But I'm with you where it's like, I also want to, every time I put the song on, I want my feelings to be hurt, regardless if I'm in a good mood or not.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Because I think those are the songs that actually resonate with people, regardless of where they are in life.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I mean, who am I? I just run a podcast, and
you seem like you know a lot. I give you credit.
I think I know more than I lead on. So now, what is your plans? Going through this year, going forward. I mean, because you have, like, we were talking about Instagram and stuff. Like, you have quite the following. Like, you've done your work. You're grinding.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Trying to.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically this year we have a ton of shows. We're actually going to Vegas and California next, let me think, 2 weekends from now.
May 8 and 9.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. It's super fun because that's like, we're obviously flying out there. We usually drive to all our shows. So we're like, great, we'll be there in no time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then new music. We have a new song coming out tomorrow, actually, which is super exciting.
I'm not sure when this podcast is going to be released.
Me neither. So it's fine.
Okay. Okay, well,
anyways,
it's either out tomorrow or it's been out. It's called Made a Liar.
No. By the time this comes out, it will be out. Like, this isn't coming out tomorrow at all.
I'm like, I don't know. It could be out today.
Listen, I got to a point, not to interrupt you, but I got to a point where, like, everything I recorded, I felt like I had to put out. And, like, this past year, I had some really real doozies that I just was like, oops, delete. And not because, this is not going to be one of those, but, like, I had some that were like I was falling asleep having the conversation, So those haven't seen the... Right. But yeah. All right. So new music. Now, are you guys doing the every 6 or 8 weeks or whatever it is?
So, yeah.
Trying to.
Yeah. Being independent artists, it's like we have so many different roles within, like, the music thing. So it's having to, like, get everything done and, like, book the photo shoots and then edit the pictures and then make a cover art and then make sure, like, distribution is all, like, we tried to keep up with, like, the 6 to 8 weeks, more on the 8 weeks. But as, like, the years going on, we're, like, kind of pushing that just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are EP on August 21st. Yeah.
We're not gonna we won't like wait that long to release it.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, so August 21st, an EP with all the music we've been working on. So that's exciting. But yeah, besides that, just playing all over America. We play, like, North Carolina, we're playing Ohio, Florida, Alabama, like,
no Boston yet.
Yeah, no Boston yet.
We'll let you know.
Why not?
I don't know. She's the one that books, so talk to her.
You need to fire your booking agent.
It's so funny because one of our guitar players, he's from Boston, right?
Like, right outside of Boston.
Yeah, right outside of Boston. So I'm sure he would be stoked if we booked a show there.
Surprisingly enough, we have quite the area for it.
Yeah.
Like, it is
actually, before COVID, we played at the Hard Rock in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
And no one showed up because Jason Aldean was playing right across the street.
Yeah.
I think it was like my mom and 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's one of those shows where it really just made you question, like, why am I even playing right now?
Why am I
here?
Yeah.
But it was, the vibes were cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back to Boston.
Yeah, it's a cool spot, and there's if you get outside of the city, like, in the smaller cities around here, like, there's even better, I think, even better places.
Okay.
Yeah. Is the Big E, is that in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
That was the same year. That's why we booked the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
So we were playing, like, an acoustic set at, like, one of the stages at the Big E. So.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's funny about the Big E is, like, they keep getting artists that are, it's like some years, like, the artists are, like, huge and relevant, and then, like, the next year the artists are huge but not so relevant.
Oh.
You know, it's so bizarre.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it's you know, there's plenty of places to play. You guys, you really, you know, you should look into it because it's you know.
I'd love to
get
up there, for sure.
I mean, even if you just make it like a weekend and do like a couple of shows and you know do a run in different places, like
yeah,
that'd
be fun. Well,
even if it just pays for the gas to get here, you know, it's just
true.
You know? But so is there any? So there's a plan for an EP in August. Is there a plan for a full album anytime soon?
Not for this year. As we're like working on this new music that like we're releasing, that's a part of the EP and everything. We're of course like writing. So I think there's like, I mean, no like tentative plans for an album, but we're definitely writing a lot right now. Or at least trying to write a lot right now. So that like, then we can have that conversation like next year. So I'm not saying no, but I'm also not saying yes.
Yeah, right.
So is everything for the EP done and ready to go?
No.
Okay.
Music-wise, yeah. Music-wise, almost.
Yeah, almost.
All right.
Like everything is written. We just haven't finalized one of the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we just need to get with our producer and just like be like, hey, gotta record the vocals to do this. So yeah, it's like
it's almost there.
Almost there. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I won't wait till August to release this. This will be sooner than that. Like I have episodes that I did at the beginning of February that still haven't come out.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe by the time that this is like released, we will have everything for the EP.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. I mean, I hope
like a nice little surprise.
Right. Well, you know, I know we're all busy and stuff, and I thank you so much for taking the time and shooting the shit. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's always fun when we have like, you know, interviews and like podcasts and whatever that are like fun to talk to.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, like there's some that like you've done where it's like you're almost falling asleep, but it's like, gosh, there's some that we've had to do like even like years ago. I remember there was this one where it's almost like we had to ask our own questions, and I was like,
right.
what is that?
That's my least favorite question is like, what questions do you have? I'm like, what?
Right. Why would you have questions? Like, trust me, and I love talking about me, but like, golly.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. You know, because I know some podcasts that are in this realm that it's like very radio-y, and I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, like obviously, you know, we get the rundown, and like I say, I don't typically read it, you know, but you know, it's like being asked those questions like, well, so you're from Orlando, so tell me, you know, it's like who gives a like you know, like what was your favorite orange juice growing up? Like who cares? You know, like
not the orange juice. That's funny.
Like I don't get it. But it's been a pleasure. I love the chat, and anytime anything's coming out, like hit up our brand new fucking Instagram that we had to do.
Yay!
We'll definitely send you our Instagram guy.
Yeah, please
reach out to him because I'm not sure how he goes about what he does, but he somehow makes it work.
Yeah, because like everybody, because there's no people at Facebook or Meta anymore, so it's like, you know, I pretty much got a message. I was like, oh, sorry, too bad, so sad. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this guy can figure it out.
You know what? Maybe it's the fire under my ass I needed to do to post more and more and more.
It's a sign from above telling you post.
Right. Or to, you know, just give up. I don't know.
Oh,
no, definitely not to give up. But ladies, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too.
We'll talk soon. Bye. Well, there you have it, everyone. Diamond Dixie, ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like, to be sisters and be so successful and not want to kill each other. I don't have siblings. I don't know what that's like, but I can assure you, I know people with siblings. I don't think they could ever work together. So kudos to you. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. We hope to see you soon. Like, get your ass up here. You know, we got a great scene. Come check us out. And that's it, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday for everything. And that's that. So stay tuned for more, and we appreciate you. Cheers.